Hey, Vikings faithful, Skull Nation. It's time to rally up for some spicy NFL draft talk. We're diving deep into the swirling rumors about one of the hottest cornerback prospects for 2025, Will Johnson. Is he the lockdown defender we've been dreaming of for Minnesota? Or is there trouble brewing that could shake up our draft board? Buckle up, because this one's got drama, intrigue, and a whole lot of purple pride. Let's break down the latest buzz and see if Johnson could be the key to Brian Flores' defensive masterpiece. Ready for the scoop? Here we go. The rumor mill is churning, and Will Johnson's name is at the center of it all. Coming out of Michigan, this All-American corner was pegged as a top 10 pick before the season, a guy who could shut down any receiver in his tracks. But whispers are getting louder. Some scouts are worried about his speed, especially after he skipped the 40-yard dash at Michigan's Pro Day. A turf toe injury limited him to just 6 games last year, and a pesky hamstring kept him from showing off his wheels. So what's the deal? Is Johnson still a surefire star, or could he actually slide down to the Vikings at pick 24? Here's where it gets juicy. According to KSTP's Darren Wolfson, the Vikings sent defensive backs coach Durant Johnson to Will's private workout this week, showing they're doing their homework. Even without a 40 time, Johnson impressed with a 37-inch vertical and a slick 4.33-second short shuttle, earning praise for being very smooth in drills, per NFL draft guru Dane Brugler. That kind of agility could make him a perfect fit for Flores' aggressive, zone-heavy scheme. But the question remains, if speed's a concern, will Minnesota take the gamble? What do you think, Skull fans? Would you roll the dice on him? Now, let's talk about that speed drama. Todd McShay from The Ringer dropped a bombshell, saying he's heard Johnson's been clocking 40-yard dashes in the high 4.5s during training. For a corner, that's raising eyebrows. Elite guys usually hit low 4.4s or better. McShay still calls him a damn good football player for teams like the Vikings, who love corners with instincts and ball skills over raw speed. But if Johnson's not a burner, can he keep up with the NFL's speedster receivers? It's a big question, and it's got mock drafts split on whether he'll go top 20 or slip closer to us. The Vikings aren't putting all their eggs in one basket, though. They've been hosting a parade of cornerbacks leading up to the draft, guys like Zion Childress from Kentucky, Zamea Vaughn from Utah, and East Carolina's Siobhan Revel Jr. This shows Minnesota's laser-focused on bolstering the secondary, no matter what happens with Johnson. With only 10 days until the draft, the anticipation is killing me. Are we about to see a draft day steal, or will Johnson be snatched up before we get a shot? Drop your predictions in the comments. Let's zoom out and look at our cornerback room. It's already stacked with potential. We re-signed Pro Bowl stud Byron Murphy Jr. to a juicy extension, and we've got free agent signings Isaiah Rodgers and Jeff Okudah ready to make noise. Don't sleep on Mekhi Blackmon either. He's back from an ACL injury and hungry to prove himself after a solid rookie year in 2023. Then there's Dwight McGlothern, last year's undrafted gem who turned heads in training camp. With this crew, are we already set, or is a guy like Johnson the missing piece? Picture this. It's draft night, and the Vikings are on the clock at 24. Will Johnson's name is still on the board, and the war room is buzzing. Do we pounce on him, trusting Flores to mold his instincts into a shutdown corner? Or do we pivot to another prospect, maybe one of those other corners we've been scouting? The tension is unreal, and every Vikings fan is glued to the screen. Johnson's tape shows a sniper who reads quarterbacks like a book, but those speed concerns linger. What would you do, Skull Nation? Here's a stat to chew on. Johnson allowed a completion rate of just 46% in coverage last season, even with limited games. That's the kind of playmaking we crave in Minnesota, where Flores loves corners who can bait QBs into mistakes. But if he's not the pick, don't worry, the Vikings have options. Revel Jr., for example, brings serious length at 6 feet 2 inches, and Childress has been climbing draft boards with his physicality. Who's your favorite dark horse corner for us? Let's hear it. As we count down to April 25th, the Vikings draft strategy is coming into focus. They're clearly obsessed with upgrading the secondary, and Johnson's workout numbers suggest he's still a first-round talent, speed or no speed. But the NFL draft is a wild ride. Trades, surprises, and last-minute slides can change everything. If Johnson falls to us, it could be the steal of the draft. If not, our front office has plenty of other corners on speed dial. What's the one thing you want to see from our secondary in 2025? Skull Nation, we're in for a thrilling draft, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. Will Johnson be rocking purple, or will another corner steal the show? Smash that like button if you're pumped for draft day, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Vikings news to keep the purple fire burning. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's get ready to roar when the Vikings make their pick. Skol Vikings!